Hey friends, what's up? It's Cece here. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for bearing with me during this time, just chilling in my old bedroom at my parents' house. I'm just waiting for the weather to get a little bit nicer, so maybe I can go outside and we can have some more interesting things behind me. Thanks for bearing with me, and I'm so happy that you're here for another video. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking my videos. It makes me so happy every single time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So for today's video, I'm really excited to share something that has been such a helpful tool throughout the past few years for me in my spiritual journey and my manifestation journey, and helping me make big decisions and helping me figure out my dreams and my goals, is kind of figuring out what your core values are. I did a program a few years ago where they have you do this thing called finding your authentic code. And so I'm going to help you find your authentic code today, or your core values, or these 4 to 6 pillars of your values, of things that are really important to you, non-negotiable things that mean so much to you and that can help you make decisions, help you figure out what you want to manifest. And anytime you're feeling super out of alignment or kind of lost in your decisions or what you're doing or whatever, you can come back to these 4 pillars and see where you might be lacking in them, see where you can boost yourself up in them, and come back to your authenticity, come back to your values and the things that are the most important to you. So we're going to answer a series of questions, I think 10 questions, to help you narrow down to, let's say, 4 to 6 core values, 4 to 6 pillars of things that are the most important to you and your authenticity. And then once you have the answers to all those questions, you'll go back and circle things that are kind of similar or have similar themes throughout, or maybe you even have the same answer for a couple of the questions. So we'll go back after and circle specific things, group them together, and then kind of narrow it down to a singular word. Well, 4 of them. 4 to 6, give or take. Grab your favorite pen, grab a journal, and we're going to take the next few minutes and go through these questions. And feel free to pause at any time. I don't want you to feel rushed. I'll give you a few seconds to answer each question, and I really encourage you to just jot down the first 4 things that come to mind. So for each question, you'll write 4 answers, and just jot the first things that come to mind. Don't put too much thought into it, just the things that come first to your mind. Just write them down really quick. If you'd like to share your core values or your authentic code or whatever you want to call it in the comments, I would absolutely love to hear it. If you're willing to share, I'll be sharing mine at the end. But yeah, let's get into it. One, what do you spend the most time and energy on in your life? 2, what do you spend the most money on, or what are you saving for? 3, what do you spend the most time thinking about? Number 4, when envisioning the future, what do you picture? What do you have? What does it look like? Number 5, what topics do you talk about in social settings? What lights you up to talk about with your friends or with people in general? 6, what do you love to learn about? 7, if you had a save folder for your life, what would you save? What would be in this folder that you have to save for your whole life? 8, what are your long-term goals? 9, where in your life are you the most organized? And number 10, what are you wishing for in your life that will make you the happiest? What things that do you want that you think will make you the happiest? Now, you should have all of your answers and go through them. Take a couple of minutes to go through them. Again, pause the video if you need to, and circle the ones that have similar themes. So, for example, a lot of mine, I wrote health or self-care or healthy cooking, was all some words that I had in there that I circled that all seemed pretty similar. Or like exercise, yoga, like all of that for me kind of was all aligned. So I circled all those together and I came up with the word self-care. So that is one of my pillars, is self-care. Narrow it down to like 4 or 5. Feel free to free write a little bit, take an empty page and just kind of write about the things that feel most important to you, what lights you up, what you like to talk about, to learn about, all these things. So just kind of free write a little bit if that might help you to narrow it down a little bit. And then you can begin to narrow it down to the 4 to maybe 6 words that really define those really important things to you, those values, those core values of things that mean the most to you in your life. I've also included a list of words if you're having trouble coming up with just like a single word. So maybe you can look at that list and pick out a couple words that when you read it, it like hits home. It really resonates. You could just like feel that visceral reaction in your body. Sometimes it just helps to have a little reference. And so once you get these 4 core things, these are your core values. You can run your decision making through them when you are planning out things to manifest, or your goals or dreams or desires. You can run it through these core values, and does it align? Does it feel aligned? I mean, a silly example could be, I want to live in $1 million house. Well, okay, looking at my values, like, does that actually align? Like, if that's something that I want to manifest, living in $1 million house, like, what does that actually mean to my soul? So I can take it through my values and like, does it align with like my self-care? Does it align with my freedom? Does it align with my other pillars? And if it does, then that is a manifestation coming from my soul and my heart, and something that I truly desire. If I just like think that living in $1 million house would be cool, but there's no real connection from my values to this $1 million house, I'm probably not actually going to manifest this, because it's not actually coming from my soul. It's coming from my ego. My ego says, wow, $1 million is a lot of money, and that feels cool, that feels rich, that feels special. Do my values actually align with $1 million house? Or could I be just as happy and all of my values fit into a $400,000 house? I mean, that's just kind of a silly example, but it's the first one that kind of popped in my head. And you know, maybe $1 million house does align with all of your goals. Like, you value luxury, you value maybe beauty and expensive things. Like, that's amazing and that's beautiful, and I love that for you. And so maybe it does align. And so that's what these core values can kind of show you, is what desires do you have that maybe are coming from your ego, or are they really coming from what your soul desires? And so that's what's so cool about defining these 4 pillars and being able to plan your life and your dreams and actually see them as feasible and start working towards them and start doing things that align with these core values to get you to that goal. I love it. And also, when you're kind of feeling in a funk, or if you're feeling low, or if you're feeling misaligned in your life, you can kind of come back to these 4 values and be like, all right, I'm really lacking in my self-care right now. Like, what can I change a little bit to make sure that that pillar of my life is being taken care of? Or maybe luxury is one of your pillars, and nothing around you feels luxurious. Like, what can you do to make yourself feel a little more luxurious? You don't need a lot of money to make yourself feel more luxurious. Maybe you take a bath and read a book and just let yourself relax in that luxury. Or you, I don't know, have some really soft, silky pajamas and you just get all wrapped up in them and just feel luxurious. Like, there's ways to create that luxury for yourself, or that self-care, or freedom is another one of mine. Like, how, if I'm feeling trapped or stuck or whatever, how can I create that freedom for me? Like, how can I create that free time, that extra money, things like that. So it's really amazing when you're kind of in a rut and you just come back to these things and it's like, I'm really, really slacking in a couple of these areas. Like, all right, what can I do to pick myself up and get realigned and get feeling good again? Yes, so good. Now I'll just take a couple minutes to talk about my pillars. But I'm sure you guys don't want to hear me rant about my pillars forever, but I am so curious to hear what you guys come up with. And yeah, it's just such a fun little journaling exercise to really figure out your values, figure out the core of who you are and how you make decisions and the things that are important to you, how you manifest, how you create goals and dreams and reach them. And does it align with you, with your authenticity and your values? And I'm really passionate about this, if you can't tell. It just gets me fired up and I'm just so excited, and I really hope you guys give this a try. And please, please, please let me know in the comments if you'd like all about your 4 pillars. And if you have more, that's okay. If you only have 3, that's okay too. Whatever works for you, just, defining these core things that mean the most to you. It's just can help you so much throughout your life. And that's all I got for you today, friends. Let me know if you like this little journaling exercise. I could definitely do more of them. I absolutely love journaling and giving prompts and things like that. So let me know if you guys do it and want to share. And again, hit that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next week. I am going to Hawaii, so I will definitely have a beautiful background. I'm so excited. I love you all. Ciao, ciao.